How dog breeds have changed in the past 100 years. Variety is the spice of life, and as such, every different dog breed is unique in its own way. The thing about these breeds, though, is that they change a lot over time. While it would have taken millions of years for these breeds to change naturally, the influence of artificial breeding has sped up the process. Here's how some popular dog breeds have changed much over the years. First up, we have none other than the iconic pugs. These small dogs are rather infamous for their overwhelming cuteness, or, depending on how you see it, their overwhelming ugliness. Regardless, they're a pretty popular dog breed, and they've been around for years now. It's no mystery how they've been victims of selective breeding, which has changed them significantly. When you hear the word pug, what comes to mind first? The face, right? Well, it turns out these dogs are rather infamous for their coiled tails as well. Selective breeding efforts have been rather focused on making these tails coil even more than they already do. While that particular objective has been achieved, other changes have taken place which may not have been all that desirable. These changes have made the dogs quite susceptible to cases of high blood pressure, breathing problems, low oxygen levels, temperature control problems, dental problems, heart problems, and skin problems. Because a lot of these problems are below the surface, so to speak, it's taken a long while for them to be discovered. In any case, we're not sure a more coiled tail is worth any of that. Next up, we have none other than the larger cousins of the pugs, bulldogs, particularly the English bulldog. This breed has been around for centuries and has gone through quite a number of identity changes throughout history. Once considered a luxury breed, the English bulldog's selective breeding problems began when people considered it more of a guard dog. As such, it underwent changes that saw its face get uglier and its body get larger and stockier. While this may have granted the bulldog an ultimately more intimidating appearance, these changes wrecked its health and well-being almost completely. The bulldog now has one of the shortest life expectancies among dogs at just 6.5 years. In addition, the breed is quite susceptible to so many ailments and medical conditions. Here's another animal with the word bull in its name, the bull terrier. This breed has undergone some rather significant changes in appearance, particularly where the head and the face are concerned. Ancient bull terriers had a rather normal face for a dog. However, selective breeding has ensured that this breed now has a football-shaped face. While we're not sure the aesthetic preferences which these selective breeders were taken to, we can decidedly say that the modern bull terrier doesn't look quite as great as its predecessor. They look more intimidating, sure, but at what cost? Beyond the fiercer look that these dogs have these days, these changes have also come with a host of health and mental problems. For one, they have too many teeth to fit comfortably in their mouth, which can be a horrible source of discomfort and pain. In addition, they are also prone to bouts of confusion and angst, causing them to exhibit behaviors such as barking at nothing or chasing tails that aren't there. Next up, we have the German Shepherd. If you're someone who keeps up with specific dog breeds, then you know this to be a large dog that is normally kept for security purposes. This wasn't always the case though, as the German Shepherds of old used to be moderately sized dogs. In addition, they were quite friendly and used to help farmers and herders, as their name suggests. Today's German Shepherds weigh 30 pounds more than their ancestors did. In addition, they have sloping backs. The dogs are larger and fiercer than they were a century ago. However, this change in size and posture causes problems for them as they age. In fact, it's been observed that most German Shepherds develop leg pain as the years go on. Now, do you ever wonder why humans sweat so much? Well, doing so allows us to control our body temperature. If it goes too high, we run the risk of developing some metabolic problems. And so, since water is so good at regulating temperature, we secrete some all over our skin. When it comes to other animals like dogs, they don't really sweat, and so they are unable to control their temperatures as efficiently. Instead, they have other adaptations, such as long snouts. Well, selective breeding has made the boxer breed of dog develop a rather significantly pushed-in face. The problem with this is that the boxer already had a pushed-in face. As such, these breeding modifications have ensured that the dog is at even more of a handicap. Modern versions of the breed have significantly reduced physical capacity. To some, they look prettier, but the dogs just can't run the risk of exerting themselves physically lest they overheat and collapse. The SALUKIS is another dog that used to have a relatively normal appearance 100 years ago. However, selective breeding has ensured that it has undergone a rather dramatic change in appearance. The modern SALUKIS has a skeletal appearance, complete with elongated limbs, an elongated tail, and elongated ears. This has ensured the dogs have developed health problems which they did not have before. For one, their hearts can't support their bodies like they used to. As such, they are prone to developing all sorts of cardiac conditions. Have you ever stared hard at a dachshund, trying to figure out why it looks so weird? Well, the truth is that it is a breed with very strange body proportions. The head and the chest seem way too large for the rest of the body, and the abdomen is abnormally long. In addition, the legs are short, and all of this combines to make the dachshund a very funny-looking dog. Although the dachshund already had pretty short legs 100 years ago, everything else is new. As you may have guessed, these changes have given the dog health problems as well. Their spines tend to collapse in their old age, and this can cause total paralysis. In addition, they are prone to eye problems, leg problems, and dwarfism. Though most of the dog breeds in this list have developed some rather debilitating health problems as a result of selective breeding over the past decade, the same cannot be said of the white terrier. This dog is cuter, smaller, and more attractive than it used to be, and most would say it represents a rare instance of successful dog breeding. However, the thing about this smaller, cuter, whiter terrier is that it isn't even half as athletic as it used to be. As such, it may be a burden to its owners, as it cannot fend for itself as well as some other dogs. 100 years ago, the bearded collie wasn't bearded at all. It didn't have a thick mane or a mass of hair covering it all over. These days, the collie is one of the prettiest and most in-demand dogs on the market. Many collies have also won dog shows, making their owners proud and, in some cases, rich. All of this fame and beauty has come with a price, though. The collies of today are very susceptible to allergies, particularly allergies of the skin. In addition, all their hairs cause them to shed very frequently, and so don't get one of these dogs if you aren't prepared to clean up after them quite often. Though dogs are known to be man's best friend, not all breeds are equally as worthy of this title. Some breeds, like the St. Bernard dogs of 100 years past, were incredibly useful service dogs that could assist humans in rescue missions and the like. These days, the St. Bernard has been selectively bred to the point where it is larger, has a pushed-in face, and has much more skin on its body. Naturally, these changes have come with myriad health problems, preventing these dogs from being as much a good friend to man as they used to be. Finally, we have the Basset Hound, which today has droopy eyes, longer ears, and shorter legs. Because of these changes, this breed is prone to spinal problems, eye problems, and dermatitis. Coming to the end of this video, we hope you have learned just how much dog breeds change in 100 years. Some breeds today are virtually unrecognizable from their ancestors. Which breed change interested you the most? Let us know down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Our content is always interesting and engaging, and you wouldn't want to miss out. Until next time, have a good day. Catch you later.